In today's video, I would like to give a review to brand new sunscreen by Klairs, and it's called All Day AIRY Sunscreen. It's a chemical sunscreen. It contains stannostrophe S, uvenyl A+, uvenyl T150, polysilicon 15. So these are all chemical filters. First application was at 8 a.m. in the morning. After I just washed my face, I didn't apply other skincare, and I felt like the sunscreen must be quite moisturizing because chemical sunscreen, most of the time, they are more moisturizing than mineral sunscreens. I applied 2-finger length on my face, then I actually spread it more on my neck. The texture of the sunscreen is very buttery and nourishing. I definitely will continue using it on my bare face in the mornings. And actually, it's much easier for those who are skincare minimalists, who don't want to do skincare routines. They just can jump into sunscreen and wear it. The finish right after application looks quite natural on the camera, but it's dewy in real life. I still can feel like my face moisturized. Second application was at 10 a.m. and I applied less amount because I felt like my skin still didn't absorb all of the sunscreen from 8 a.m. and I also stayed indoors. I'm not sure if you go out and you might sweat or something else, your finish might look less greasy and less dewy. But yeah, you can reapply the same amount that you applied first time. The most important for me with this chemical sunscreen is that no peeling occurred while I was reapplying, because some of the sunscreens that are also chemicals, they can feel a little bit silicone and they might peel when you're reapplying. Second day, I decided to test Klairs sunscreen with a makeup. I chose our 28 sunny days. So at 8 a.m. I apply my sunscreen on bare face, no skincare, so the finish was still dewy and my skin felt very soft and moisturized. So after I finished Klairs, I waited maybe around 15 minutes. This way I just make sure that the finish settled and the film of sunscreen also settled. I applied the foundation our 28 sunny days with fingers, slow and gentle motions. I was very gentle on purpose because I was afraid that it's going to peel, so I just use my fingers. I'm not sure if you use beauty blenders or anything, because I feel like if you use beauty blenders, you might brush off some of the sunscreen coverage. In general, I would suggest using chemical sunscreen while applying makeup, because chemical sunscreen are more moisturizing to the skin and they also can work as primers and prepare your skin for makeup. On the other hand, makeup also contains titanium dioxide, even if it doesn't contain SPF, and most of the time makeup could be drying to the skin. So if you're applying physical sunscreen that is already made, and then your makeup foundation could end up peeling because you applied matte on matte, dry on dry finish, makeup should have a good hydrating priming base for it to last. I still go on applying Tower 28 with my fingers. This foundation also contains titanium dioxide. I like how it turned out and how it felt on my skin, because in general I love Tower 28 sunny days. Klairs and Tower 28 finish turned out so natural and so comfortable and very good looking. After 3 hours, the finish of Klairs and Tower 28 turned out less dewy, more natural, and makeup didn't dry at all and didn't end up in dry patches. I started reapplying sunscreen on top of makeup at 11 a.m. and I use just tapping motions. Right here, I use only 1 finger length, but it also depends on your activity. For example, I was staying only indoors and I felt like I still had enough coverage. To be honest, I didn't like the finish of Dear Klairs sunscreen on top of makeup. It feels like the sunscreen sits on top of my skin and never absorbs. I applied with tapping motions because I didn't want to smudge Tower 28 foundation that much. I wouldn't suggest using a sponge or puff reapplying your sunscreens because a big amount of sunscreen would be absorbed by the tool that you are using, and this way you are decreasing your SPF protection. Even after 3 hours, I still had some shine on my face, but again, I didn't go outdoors. Probably some of the sunscreen could wear off or smudge and the finish would feel less shiny.